Hey race fans, Mike here. Welcome back inside the garage area. And we've got much to discuss on this Friday edition. So let's get down to it. Yeah, I just watched Erica Steps Out of the Groove and I heard something interesting. I heard a bit of a piece from a clip from NASCAR Race Hub, which unfortunately I do not have, but thanks to him and thanks to another source for transcribing it. And that clip from NASCAR Race Hub is about that wreck at the end of Daytona 500 and whether or not Logano has talked to Keselowski since that incident. I'm going to replay the incident for you right now, so let's get to it.
The runs on top. Whoa! Teammates.
Around they go.
Okay, so that's the incident. Austin Dillon trying to bump draft. Pushes the 34 into the 22, into the 2. Both the 22 and 2 wreck. Now, in that clip from NASCAR Race Hub that Erica Stepp cites, and that is talked about on the NASCAR Weekly podcast, which I will leave a link to in the description, Adam Alexander asks Logano, talked about this at all? Logano? I'm sure we will. And Jeff Gordon, my childhood favorite, says, that's a no, that's a no. Logano admits, I think we've got the cool off. We've got the cool down machine plugged in right now. So Logano has admitted that there is an internal feud at Team Penske between him and Brad Keselowski. So, they are definitely not happy with how the Daytona 500 turned out. They're definitely not happy with the wreck. And Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski, they're not speaking right now. Those competition meetings on Tuesday are getting a little awkward. And they're probably just muting each other on Zoom right now because of the pandemic. It's not as fun as it would be in person. And if I were Roger Penske, I'd be pretty upset at them as well. So, yeah. Brad K and Joey, they're not talking. Once again, they touched on this more in the NASCAR Weekly podcast, which I will leave a link to in the description. And I'll definitely touch on this during my appearance on Sports Scale Up. So, once that goes up, I will leave a link to it in the description as well. Anyway, on to another big topic. Turns out that on one of Junior's podcasts, I don't know what podcast, it's not the Junior Download. Oh, Door Bumper Clear. It was Door Bumper Clear that Bubba Wallace's spotter at the new 2311 Racing talked about Toyota's future plans for expansion, as well as 2311's plans for expansion. So I'm going to be playing that right now.
Plans.
I think you're going to see more Toyotas next year. I think you'll probably see at least 2 out of our shop. If I had to guess, I don't know fact based on that, but if I had to guess, there'd be at least 2. I think you'll see a team that's out there now switch to Toyota. You know, a Chevy team that's one of the lower tier Chevy teams, but I think they're going to make a switch.
David Wilson was talking about bringing new Toyota teams into Cup to have more competitive stuff. And so this week he said, I think the sport is going to be rocked. Stay tuned when asked about new owners coming into the Toyota camp.
So Freddie Kraft, as I said, is...
Okay. So that was Freddie Kraft, spotter on the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Let's play that one more time.
Racing's future plans.
I think you're going to see more Toyotas next year. I think you'll probably see at least 2 out of our shop.
Plans.
I think you're going to see more Toyotas next year. I think you'll probably see at least 2 out of our shop. If I had to guess, I don't know fact based on that, but if I had to guess, there'd be at least 2. I think you'll see a team that's out there now switch to Toyota. A Chevy team that's one of the lower tier Chevy teams, but I think they're going to make a switch.
David Wilson was talking about bringing new Toyota teams into Cup to have more competitive stuff. And so this week he said, I think the sport is going to be rocked. Stay tuned when asked about new owners coming into the Toyota camp.
So Freddie Kraft, as I said.
Okay. So, that was Freddie Kraft, starter on Bubba Wallace's team, and he said that at least 2 out of the 2311 camp will be Toyotas. They are a Toyota team aligned with Joe Gibbs Racing, and he also said that he's expecting a lower tier Chevy team to switch to Toyota. Lower tier Chevy team. And I'm going to jump on that Richard Petty bandwagon. RPM going to Toyota. Now, if Eric Jones is still there, that would be an interesting reunion. Eric Jones just got booted from a Toyota ride at Joe Gibbs Racing. He's in a Chevy now. He may as well be back in a Toyota in 2022. Could be JTG Doherty Racing. I can't talk today. Could be them. With the 47 going to Toyota. They've been with Toyota before, 2009 to 2013, coinciding with the Gen 6 cars. But I'm thinking it's going to be RPM, Richard Petty Motorsports. And I'm thinking that the second car will be a 45 in honor of Jordan's second number, the 45, with the Chicago Bulls. And I'm thinking that it could go to a new driver like a Harrison Burton. Not going to go to Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon needs another year or two in trucks, not in trucks, in Xfinity, before even making another jump to Cup. We could also see someone like, Matt DiBenedetto. He's a free agent after this season. Go to the second 2311 ride. And this is all aligning with those plans that Denny Hamlin leaked on his Instagram a couple months ago for the 2311 shop that has space for up to 4 NASCAR teams. And also an expansion of the 2311 shop. Let's see if I can find it. On the Eric Estep cast. But he does have plans for expanding the 2311 shop. If I can find it, I'll let you guys know. But right now, it seems as though Richard Petty Motorsports does make the most sense for a lower tier Chevy team to jump to Toyota. It would make them more competitive, and they share some of the same sponsors. Columbia Sportswear is aligned with Richard Petty as an associate sponsor for a number of races. Columbia Sportswear is aligned with 2311 as a primary for a number of races. So 43 has a Toyota in 2022. I could see it. I could definitely see it. Anyway, that's probably going to be all from me today. I'll be back at you hopefully Monday with my review of the Daytona Road Course weekend. Oh, by the way, fantasy picks. New segment on the garage area. My fantasy picks for Daytona Road Course. For the Cup Series is a road course. That means Chase Elliott. No question about it. For the trucks tonight, I am picking Matt Crafton. I think this is going to be breakthrough rates for him on road courses. And for the Xfinity side of things, Hey, road course, you gotta go with AJ Allmendinger. He's a road course ace, dating back to his Champ Car and IndyCar days. You always gotta stick with the dinger on road courses. So, those are my picks for this week. Let me know what your picks are. Let me know what you think about Toyota's future expansion. And whose side are you on in the feud between Keselowski and Logano? Are you Team Keselowski or are you Team Logano? Leave a comment down below and I will see you hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Rock on, race fans.